welcome to this week's new video of Craft Along. I'm sorry that it's getting up just a little late this week. I wasn't feeling very good. I had a really nasty stomach bug, so I'm still recovering from that. But I wanted to make sure this was up because this month it's kind of crucial to learn all these different steps so we can make the project at the end of it. So last week we learned how to do a foundation chain, and this week we're going to learn how to do a single crochet stitch. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to learn how to do a single crochet stitch today. First, what we're going to do is our foundation chain again, and when you're reading a pattern you'll see that it says chain with a CH. So that stands for chain and then a number next to it. So today we're going to chain 20. So that's our foundation chain. Or you would see it on a pattern as CH20. So we're going to do that 20, making our foundation chains you've been working on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, there we go, 19, and 20. So you don't count what's on your hook, you count a finished stitch. So when you yarn over and make your stitch, that's where you start with 1. And when you end, you make sure that that stitch is finished and down here. So you don't count the one that's on your hook. Okay, so we have 20 stitches, and now we're going to make a single crochet into each stitch. And when you do the single crochet, you want to go 2 loops from the loop on your hook. So not this first one here, but your second one. And you're just going to take your hook, go through the middle of that loop, yarn over, so how you kind of were doing your foundation chain. And you're going to have 2 hoops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over again, flip over your hook, and pull that yarn through both of the loops on your hook. And then you're going to go to your next stitch. Same thing, push it through the middle, yarn over, pull through, so you have 2 hoops on your hook, yarn over, flip your hook over, and pull through. And you'll start to see these little hoops. I don't know if it'll show on the video here. I hope that it will. But there's these little hoops that are starting to form at the top of your chain here. So you're going to do this in every stitch across, and this is something that I actually struggled with when I first was learning crochet, was to know, oh my goodness, which one do I go into next when I'm making this stitch. As you'll see, your yarn is standing up here. It's connected to this stitch right here. So you already made your stitch in that one, so you're going to go to the next one. Put it through the middle, yarn over, and pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And you're going to go across your whole row, just like that. So let's complete that. And when you come to your last stitch of the row, I want you to stop, and I will show you what you do when you are turning your work. That's what that's called. So I'm going to finish this and then I'll be back. Okay, so you've come to the last stitch of your row, and you're going to make a single crochet stitch into it, just like you had earlier. But then when you Oh, there we go. Then when you finish that stitch, you're going to chain 1, or as it's abbreviated, CH1, on top of this. So you chain 1, goes through that loop that was on your hook, and then you're going to turn your work. And so what you're going to do is, you see how your work is facing, when you would crochet across, you would be going left, right. Well, you want to be going right to left. So you're going to take your work and flip it around so you are working right to left as you were earlier. So now this is going to look a little bit different. On the top you should see your different loops, and you can count your stitches there. And now you're going to not want to go into the middle of the loop, but underneath it. And you'll see there are some different little holes along here, and that's where you're going to be wanting to make your stitch to go underneath both of the loops. So you start with the very first one here on the end, you go underneath both, and you do a single crochet stitch. Yarn over, you have 2 on your hook, yarn over again, pull through both. Now you want to go into that next spot right here, that hole underneath both, and that's what it'll look like up top, if you can see it. You have yarn on this side, yarn on this side, and that space in between. So yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both, and you just go across the whole row, going underneath both, both sides of your stitch. So when you are doing a single crochet in a pattern, that will be abbreviated SC, and it'll have a number next to it, and that's how many single crochets you'll want. So we did 20 stitches for our foundation chain, so by the end of our row here, we should have 20 stitches. And how you count that is, let me take this out, is by counting up top how many stitches, little loops do you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're on our 6th one. And so you just make sure that you have 20 when you reach the end. And when you reach the end again, you're just going to do that chain 1 on top of your single crochet, and you're going to turn your work, always working right to left. If you have any questions, you can always email me, or the Flickr group will be a great place for you to ask any questions and talk to other people about any problems that they're encountering, or you can leave me a comment on my blog. So I hope that you guys have a good time with this. Next week we'll be learning how to do a double crochet and a treble crochet, and then after that we'll be doing our projects. So don't miss next week, very important. And I hope that you enjoy this, and I will see you back here hopefully next Sunday, as long as I don't get sick again. So happy crafting!